Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Growth Lounge. It's so good to be back with all of you.
It's a good time to be back.
I was thinking about something someone said a while ago. I think it was Oprah. She said, create the highest, grandest vision possible for your life because you become what you believe.
That's a powerful quote, and it's so true.
It really is. So I thought, why don't we dive deep today into turning those big visions, those dreams we all have, into something real?
I like it.
Because we all have those dreams, but actually getting there, sometimes it feels like trying to climb a mountain in the fog.
Right, you can't see the path.
Exactly. So we're going to try to clear some of that fog today, all right?
Sounds good.
I've been looking at a bunch of articles and books all about this process of turning a vision into reality. And one thing that keeps popping up is this idea of being really clear about what you want. It seems super basic, but
It's actually harder than it sounds.
right.
Because it's not just about, I want to be rich and famous kind of stuff. It's about defining what truly matters to you in every area of life. Career, health, relationships, personal growth, you name it.
Okay, so let's get practical here. How do we actually go about defining what we truly want?
Well, one thing I've found helpful, and a lot of the sources talk about this too, is journaling.
Journaling, okay.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be fancy, just taking some time each day to write down your thoughts, feelings, what you're excited about, what's dragging you down, all of that.
I can see how that would help you start to see patterns.
Exactly. And then there's visualization, which can be really powerful too.
People always talk about visualization, but I'll be honest, it feels a bit fluffy to me sometimes. Like, am I just supposed to sit here and daydream about my ideal life?
It's not quite daydreaming, it's more like mental rehearsal almost.
Okay, so how do I do that?
Close your eyes and really imagine yourself living that life you want. Like, feel it, see it, hear it. The more vivid you can make it, the more your brain starts to believe it's possible.
That's interesting. So it's
Yeah.
almost like tricking your brain into thinking it's already achieved the goal.
In a way, yeah.
Fascinating.
And that can be huge for motivation.
Okay, so we've defined our vision, we've journaled, we've visualized.
Yeah.
Now what? Because one thing that always trips me up is, okay, I have this big, audacious goal, but then I feel completely overwhelmed.
Yeah, I get that. It's like, where do you even start?
Exactly.
Well, that's where breaking things down comes in.
Okay, breaking things down.
Yeah. One of the books I read put it this way. How do you eat an elephant?
I don't think I want to eat an elephant.
One bite at a time, right? It's the same with big goals. You break them down into smaller, more manageable chunks.
Okay, that makes sense.
So instead of thinking, I'm going to write a novel, think, I'm going to write one page today.
Right, much less daunting.
Exactly. And those small wins, those little victories, they start to add up.
And build momentum too, I bet.
Absolutely.
The other thing that comes up a lot in these sources is mindset.
Mindset, yeah, that's huge.
And it feels kind of vague to me sometimes. Like, what does it actually mean to have a mindset for success?
Well, one of the authors I was reading was talking about how it's not just about thinking positive thoughts. It's about actively developing those mental habits that support you in achieving your goals.
Like what?
Like resilience, for example.
Okay, resilience.
Being able to bounce back from setbacks. Because, let's be real, there will be setbacks.
Absolutely.
But instead of seeing them as failures, seeing them as opportunities to learn and grow.
So it's almost like reframing failure as feedback.
Exactly. And then there's also, what was that other thing?
You were going to say,
Oh, that thing Carol Dweck talks about, the growth mindset.
oh, the growth mindset.
Yeah, it's the belief that your abilities aren't fixed. They can be developed with effort and learning.
That makes sense. So instead of saying, I'm not good at this, you'd say, I'm not good at this yet.
Exactly.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've talked about breaking down goals. We've talked about mindset. But even with the best mindset, things are going to go wrong, right?
Oh, for sure.
So how do we stay motivated? How do we keep going when we hit those inevitable obstacles?
Well, I think one of the most powerful things is having a strong support system.
Support system, okay.
People who believe in you and your vision, who can offer encouragement and help you stay accountable.
That makes so much sense because when you're feeling discouraged, it's so easy to just give up. But if you have people around you who are cheering you on,
It makes all the difference. And, it's not just about having cheerleaders. It's also about having people who can give you honest feedback.
oh, right.
People who can help you see your blind spots and, course correct when needed.
Because sometimes we need that outside perspective.
Exactly, because we're all in our own heads, right?
Right.
And sometimes we need someone else to say, hey, maybe try it this way.
So accountability is key.
Absolutely. And it doesn't have to be this super strict, rigid thing.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't want a drill sergeant following me around.
Right. No one wants that. It can be as simple as, finding a friend who has similar goals and checking in with each other regularly.
Or even just telling someone about your goal.
Yeah.
Because then you're more likely to actually do it.
Right. Exactly. Because no one wants to be the person who, talks a big game but never actually follows through.
Right. So much good stuff here today. We've talked about clarifying our vision, breaking down goals, cultivating a powerful mindset, staying accountable.
And overcoming obstacles.
Yes, overcoming those inevitable obstacles. And it feels like we've really outlined a path, a roadmap for turning those dreams into reality.
We have. And the most important thing to remember is you don't have to do it all at once.
Right, baby steps.
Exactly. So what's one small step, however tiny, that you can take today to move you closer to that life you envision?
I love that question. It's a perfect place to leave our listeners today. Keep that question in mind as you go about your week. And if you want more inspiration or just want to connect with other awesome people on this journey, be sure to find us on Instagram, YouTube, at The Uplift Space, and Spotify.
Absolutely.
All right, everyone. Until next time, keep dreaming big.
And taking action.
Yes, taking action. Bye, everyone.
See ya.